going on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome back. The Six-Man Show Postgame Live presented by Rock'em. Magic fall yet again. This time it's 104-99 in San Francisco at the hands of the Golden State Warriors. Another game under 100 points. Another loss. Magic have now lost 9 of their last 10 games. Absolute free fall right now. And you and I get the pleasure of talking about it. Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live. My name is Kevin. Glad you're hanging out with us at 12:34 a.m. on this Tuesday morning following this West Coast L. This is our live postgame show after every Orlando Magic game. Win, loss, doesn't matter. We're here. And it's brought to you by Rock'em. They're the world's largest sock store. They're located in Orlando. I wanted to show you a couple different things from Rock'em. It's been a little while since we've done this. Day right around the corner. Take a look at some of these Valentine's Day offerings here. Got all kinds of nifty socks and some pretty spicy underwear as well. Look at these roses. I mean, you got the heart candies. All kinds of Valentine's Day stuff available at rock'em.com. Another thing I wanted to show you as I'm totally buying into this villain streak that I'm on and the team is on, apparently. They have a whole Disney villains sock collection. So anyone from Scar to Jafar to Ursula, Hades, take your pick. They got all kinds of different options at rock'em.com. They're amazing. They're creative, and there's a ton of Magic fans over there. Again, because they're a Central Florida company. So when you shop there, use this code MAGIC20. It'll get you 20% off your order at rock'em.com all season long. And that code isn't just good for Magic stuff. Like I said, it's good for that villain collection, the Valentine's Day collection. Take your pick. Magic20 is the way to go. 20% off your order. Big shout out to Rock'em for just being awesome. What is not awesome is this. Magic lose again. Silver lining to this one is it was competitive down the stretch. But the fact that you had to work so hard to make it competitive is what's not cool. Magic trailed by 15 going into the fourth quarter. After it was a tie game at half, Magic get absolutely destroyed in the third quarter. Like I said, ended up trailing by 15 after 3. Clawed all the way back to take a lead. I think it was even a 4-point lead at one point here in this quarter. And yet unable to finish the job. It sucks. Another L. We got some super chats we need to get to here. We got Matthew Thomas says, guys, it's not a coaching problem. I swear. Sarcastic. I think it's part of the problem. Thank you for that super chat. I think it's part of the problem, but is coaching the reason why Paolo shot 9 of 24 tonight? Is coaching the reason why Goga went 2 of 8 and missed several looks that he would normally hit around the rim? I don't know. I mean, is coaching the reason we only get 10 free throws tonight? I think it can be part of it. I don't completely disagree with you. I think coaching is part of the problem. Is it the only problem? I don't think so. I think there's a lot of problems right now. Time Mr. TV with the super chat says, anybody else feeling like the NBA is fixed after that Luka trade? Always got to wonder. Man, yeah, free throws is probably what you're referring to. Magic only shoot 10 free throws compared to Golden State's 34. Golden State is dead last or like second to last in the league in free throws attempted. Meanwhile, Magic only can muster up 10 free throws tonight. I haven't even looked at the normal chat. I can guarantee you there's going to be comments about the Draymond foul on Paolo down the stretch. Paolo undoubtedly should have been taking free throws. Like, absolutely no doubt. The last 2-minute report that will come out tomorrow will confirm that. Instead, it's Golden State ball. The Magic have to foul. It's quite literally, I don't remember if they made the free throws on that possession. It's either a 3 or 4-point swing. Potentially. Again, Paolo's got to make his free throws, which is no guarantee right now, but potentially it's a 4-point swing in a game that ends up as a 5-point game. Yeah, major problem. That was a terrible, terrible miss. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how they call that. David S. with a super chat says, haven't been able to watch the Magic lately because of work. In the words of Hulk Hogan, brother. You haven't been missing much, David S. You haven't been missing much. This is a collapse. Collapse like we haven't seen in many years. Pelicans Palace says, this team is a disaster. Another failed rebuild. The players don't fit together at all. Weltman drafts one prototype and its unskilled length. Thank you for the super chat. That feels a little extreme to me. I think you're partially correct. I think some of these players don't fit together at all. I would not call it a failed rebuild. I think having a franchise have two cornerstones in Paolo and Franz is not a failed rebuild to me. Is Paolo struggling right now? Yes. Is Paolo going to be okay? I think so. Is Franz struggling? Let's be clear. Before the fourth quarter, Franz was struggling tonight too. Yes, he was. I think Franz is going to be okay. The pieces around them, that's where the question marks come into play for me. So, but yeah, I think any and all types of panicking, I think is justified today, except for the Paolo Franz stuff. I am not at the point where I'm saying let's deal Paolo and Franz. I mean, or move on from them. I can't get there. They're 22 years old. Like, yeah, I'm not there yet. Jalen says, can't do it tonight, guys. Have a great live. I think 5 is hurt, and it's the same story with the squad. Hopefully Wednesday is better. Thank you, Jalen, for the super chat. Thank you for the well wishes. I mean, Paolo's not himself. Let's just call it like it is. He's not as explosive. He had a nice stretch in part of this game where he made a few shots in a row, but outside of that, he's not knocking down shots that he normally does. And so, yeah, he's certainly not 100%. I don't know if that's because he has an injury or if it's because he's still coming back from his injury and he's not physically or mentally back to 100%. I don't know, but he's definitely not there. Definitely not the same Paolo that we know and love. Which that's tough to watch, and it's also tough for this team. Like, this team obviously struggles offensively as it is when Paolo is playing well, and so to have him not play well right now, it's making life even more difficult for the Magic. Paolo and Franz combined for 1 of 11 from 3 tonight. Yeah, they combined for 18 of 43 from the field. So, again, Franz's numbers ended up a little more respectable because of his fourth quarter, but on the whole, both guys just not what you like to see from them. Rough. All right, let's go to man, there's a lot of you here right now. Like, it's 12:42. This is impressive. Thank you for being here. I remember last year when we had these West Coast games and had West Coast losses, we would have half as many people in this. So big shout out to you guys, especially after this is our 9th loss out of the last 10 games. It just tells me there's a lot of people searching for answers. So thank you for coming to hang out and cope with fellow Orlando Magic maniacs here at 12:42 a.m. Nick Monk says P5 looks like KD in Thunderstruck. Oh, rip. Thank you for that super chat. Yeah, Paolo's just not. It's not Paolo. Not the Paolo we know and love. So, again, feels like he's in a funk. Feels like it's just a phase, but we'll see. All right, let's check out some messages from the chat. I'm not going to hit everything tonight, guys. It's super late. We got to talk about some other scores in the league and look at the standings and stuff. But I'll try to hit a few of these from the chat. Actually, first we just got another super chat. This one's from Meh. Says, we need playmakers like he who must not be named. I don't know. Thank you for that super chat. We definitely need playmakers. And guys, I mean, here we sit. I think the deadline's at 3 p.m. on Thursday. So we're 24, 72. Wait, 24. Wait, Wednesday. Okay, so we're like, I can't do math. What are we? 24, 48. We're like 60 hours. That's what I'm trying to get at. 60 hours away from the trade deadline. Tonight could have been some guy's last game in a Magic uniform. You never know. We're in that time of year. That time of year. All right, to the chat. Nesto says, the worst offense in the league. Yep. Not even close. Not even close. The Warriors tried to give us a run for our money in the first quarter. That was a terrible offensive quarter for the Warriors. Could not hit a shot to save their life. And bricked a ton of them, like bad. But yeah, they took care of it the rest of the way. Wait till you see the box score in a second. I mean, like the quarter breakdown. It's bad. Rom says, no gather. Wow. What a crap of BS. Yeah, that was an awful call. I just mentioned earlier, but that's just terrible. Terrible. Chris D says, and they wait way too long to begin because it's not a recipe for success. Here, Chris, I was thinking about this during this game. I'm glad you brought this up. Because on the surface, you're 100% right. 100% right. It feels wrong. It looks wrong. But I wonder if that is part of the recipe that the Magic have in place to reduce the number of possessions per game because of how bad the offense is. Like, if they're taking most, if not all, of the shot clock, it reduces the number of total possessions for both teams, right? If they do that consistently throughout a game. And so the Magic are such a bad offensive team that they just want to limit the offensive possession to the other team to give them a chance to win. I don't know. It's just a thought I had because I thought, again, it's every night. It's the same thing where the possessions, they just take forever to develop. And then someone has to force a horrible shot late in the shot clock, or you don't get a shot off at all. Nesto says, refs were bad, but still not the reason for the loss. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You should have never been down 15 going into the fourth quarter of this game. You shouldn't have had to have that comeback and then rely on a hope for a good call from a referee to win that game. Should have never happened. Rough. We just got another super chat. This one again from Pelicans Palace says, our two best players are at their best when driving to the rim, yet we don't provide them with spacing. Awful roster construction. It's blatant. Yeah, I think that's definitely a problem. Thank you for that super chat. Paolo right now is just not getting to the rim is another problem. Which again, it goes back to, I don't think he's at 100%, whether that's physically, mentally, both, I don't know. But the guy is just not even, I don't want to say he's not even trying. Sure, he does it a few times a game, but when Paolo's at his best, he is consistently going at the rim, getting in the paint, drawing defenders, and he only did that a couple times tonight. Chris Metal, I agree with this, says, man, Paolo is foul baiting in the clutch. He just wanted that foul. No chance getting that one on Draymond. To be honest, I don't even think it was a foul. Like, I know Paolo wanted it. I know the Magic wanted it. I know the broadcast wanted it. I didn't think it was a foul. Now, I tend to lean more on the side of letting defenders be physical. So maybe, and also, by the way, I can't stand Draymond Green, my least favorite player in the entire league outside of, typical people that Magic fans hate. But I didn't think it was a foul. But I think you're exactly right. He was just, he got himself into a corner and just tried to foul bait. Rough. All right. Let's see. Yeah. It's crazy. Lucasari says, Waltman exposed again for AB, 0 points, while Pajemski scores 8 to prove his worth in the draft. Yeah, I mean, they're two totally different types of players. So, I don't know. Could the Magic use a guy like Pajemski right now? Probably. But did Anthony Black do a pretty good job on Steph Curry tonight? Yeah. Steph was held 2 of 12 from 3, 24 points, but 8 of those were free throws. Did he foul Steph Curry at the end of the first quarter in an inexcusable way? Yes. Anthony Black made a big mistake on that possession. The rest of the night, he did a pretty good job on Steph Curry. So I hear what you're saying, and I agree. Obviously, the offense that Podziemski brings you is very different than what Anthony Black can bring. But Anthony Black defensively, much better than Podziemski. So, box score doesn't say everything. But, I mean, yeah, right now this Magic team is just dying for offense. Wow, I got another super chat. Matthew Thomas says, do you think we beat the Wizards right now? The Wizards won again tonight, folks. I think that means they've won 2 out of their last 3 games. Let me just double check that. It was the Charlotte Hornets, so not saying much there, but they did win again tonight. So they have won. Oh, it's not 2 out of 3, it's 2 in a row. Look at that. They've won 2 in a row. Shout out the Washington Wizards. Do I think we beat the Wizards right now? I'll say they squeak one out at the buzzer. A Goga Batadze put-back tip-in at the buzzer to beat the Wizards. That's what I think right now. Here's the other part of this, guys. We haven't even mentioned this yet. Jalen Suggs, questionable coming into today, downgraded to doubtful, and then out. Does not play again. It's another game that I just feel like if you have Jalen Suggs, you win this game. Again. What are we now? I think we were 1-11 in this stretch without, or 2-11, something like that, in this stretch without Jalen Suggs. So now we're like 2-12, 1-12. I don't remember what it is. Like, I mean, that dude is worth every stinking penny. Every penny. Gabe Maldonado says, the only jersey we play good in is the blue statement jersey. Can we just make that the official fit and make it in black as well? Hey, that's my favorite jersey right now. Like, the blue statement is so sick, and I've loved it ever since it came out. I'd be all for it if we played in it every night. But, yeah. Yeah. The problem is, it doesn't matter what we wear right now. It's just bad. Bad. Alvin says, we can't win. That's what it feels like. Joseph Chubb says, I'm so tired. And I know you don't mean because it's 12:51 a.m. You mean you're just tired of this current state of the Magic, because it's tough. It is really tough to watch. Really tough to watch. Luke Benson says, if we would have won, Weltman probably wouldn't have made a trade. Slightly higher chance he does now. Luke, I don't think you're wrong. That's the thing. Yeah. I said this on yesterday's episode of the Six Man Show with Jonathan. I said the way he may justify not making a move is, hey, we've been really injured. We're still missing Jalen Suggs. We'll be fine. But every night that passes with a loss, it makes you wonder if that's the case. We got another super chat here. This one's from Meh. Says, no other trade is worth it except for Anthony Simons. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of other options out there. Obviously, Anthony Simons would be a very interesting one that addresses a big need as far as another guy to score the basketball. But there are some other deals out there that I think would be interesting and worth it. But I think that's definitely one of them. I think you're right. Thank you guys for the super chats, by the way. Lots of you hitting up the super chats tonight. Always appreciate it. That's a great way to support the channel, support the show, show your appreciation for, things like this, the episodes, the watch parties. It all goes towards it. So thank you so much for those super chats. Oh gosh, some of you guys, I can't read some of that. Let's see. Meh says, play the song. I wish, guys. We are... Actually, let's look at that. The last time we played this song was against the Pistons, which was now over a week ago, right? Because it was on a Saturday. Let's see. That was on Saturday, January 25th. So, yeah, we are now at, 10 days since the last time we played the song. That's sad. Man with another super chat says, here's my money. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for your money. I appreciate that. Michael Martin with a super chat says, make Cole starting point guard, Suggs at the 2, and trade KCP. The problem with Cole, which I haven't even talked about Cole. Cole was fantastic tonight, by the way. Good grief. He was so good. And honestly, offensively, him and KCP are the reason you're even in this game. They're the reason it was a tie ball game at the half. Because outside of those guys, this Magic team had nothing. Going back to your Cole comment, the problem with Cole is he has been wildly inconsistent for 2 seasons now. That's why I think there are still plenty of Magic fans that don't fully trust him, whether it's a 6-man role, a starting role, whatever. Because he has just been wildly inconsistent. Tonight, he was exceptional. He was great. This game is not even close if he doesn't play as well as he did. I think I'm just terrified of the lack of consistency. That's what I think. Oh, man. Duval T87 says, hopefully Wednesday is a dub. Janine says, ref sold this game. Yeah, certainly didn't do the Magic any favors. Alvin Martinez says, that song is a classic now. Oh, it's so sad. It's retro. It's been so long. Kevin says, I thought fourth quarter France was going to end Dark Kevin's reign. Refs bailed out the Warriors with so many calls going in their favor. Draymond Green's foul on P5 should have put him on the free throw line. There was a stretch there. I thought, once we got that 4-point lead, I was like, you know what? Maybe we're going to do this. Maybe we're actually going to do this. And then one thing led to another, and well. Dark Kevin is back. Unfortunately. Mariah says, win or lose, I love the Magic. We definitely need some more abracadabra, alakazam, slam dunk, sesame. You are so right. I love this team to an unhealthy level, like to the amount that I sit here at 1 a.m. on a work night with a red light pointed at my face, talking about this team losing their 8 out of the last 9 games, 9 out of the last 10. I've already forgotten what it is. I love this team, and that's why stretches like 9 out of 10, that's what it is. That's why stretches like this are just so difficult. Because we know this team is better than this. We know this team is better than this. And yet, 9 out of the last 10 games, they haven't been. Adam says, at least this game was respectable. Kinda, I guess. That's the hard part. It's respectable in the final score, right? It's a 5-point game. What is not respectable is you scored 46 points in the first half, which means you only scored, back up. Yeah, 46 points in the first half. And it was, I think we were at 67 points after 3 quarters. So you averaged 22 points per quarter through the first 3 quarters. That's not respectable. And you trailed by 15 going into the fourth quarter. That's not respectable either. But you're right. The final score looks respectable. The Magic had a lead in the fourth quarter. That's respectable. But then on the other side of that, you had a lead in the fourth quarter and you lost. So that's not respectable. Rough. Just rough. Christine says, another day, another loss. Yep. Oh, man. Maybe Groundhog Day. Maybe that wasn't 6 more weeks of winter. Maybe that was 6 more Magic losses. Makes you wonder. Kevin says, Draymond's foul on Paolo should have been a flagrant. Not going to lie. No free throws is insane. It was definitely aggressive. And for a guy with a reputation like Draymond, yeah, totally wrapped him up, arms around the neck. I thought at the time, I didn't think, oh, flagrant. I thought, ooh, that's a little, could that be a flagrant? You know, that's what went through my mind. But not once did I think, oh, it's not free throws. Like, of course he gathered. Finley says, how does the song go again? Oh, man. Oh, it's so sad. Views from Central Florida says Goga had 14 boards. Yeah, Goga was a monster on the glass, especially in the first half. I think he either had 12 or 13 in the first half, which means he kind of got shut out on the glass in the second half. But Yeah. Matt says, there's a lot of overreaction. I don't know, man. We've been doing this a long time. We're pushing a month of bad basketball. Is that an overreaction? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it to me. And I know we had injuries as part of that, but... Oh, we got another super chat. It's also from Matt. It says, KCP haters, stay on that side, please. We'll see. We'll see. I'm certainly not a KCP hater yet. Thank you for that super chat. Certainly not a KCP hater yet. I do think he brings a lot. And hey, KCP was not the problem tonight. All right. Has he been unimpressive in a lot of games this season? Sure, but he was not the problem tonight. Again, he and Cole are the reason this is even a ball game at the half. Right? But I mean, you spend that much money on a guy, you do expect a lot from him. That's for sure. All right. Yeah, it's freaking 1 a.m. You guys are going crazy in the chat. I can't get to all of them today. Let's go. Let's check out the box score. We'll come back to the chat for a little bit here in just a second. I have lost my box score. There it is. I was up with 21. Excuse me, 21 points. 9 of 19 from the field. 1 of 5 from 3. 2 of 3 from the line. So just look at this really fast. Paolo and Franz combined for 4 free throws. That is ludicrous. That is crazy stuff. You cannot tell me that is accurate. Right? Like, yeah, that's what they deserve tonight. Absolutely not. 4 free throws? Are you kidding me? All right, back to Franz. Had 3 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers. Fouled out of this one late in the fourth. Paolo, 18 points on 9 of 24 shooting, 0 for 6 from the three-point line. Only 1 free throw, 0 of 1 from the line, 6 boards, 3 assists, a steal, 2 turnovers, and a team low minus 24. Oh, man. Goga, 6 points, 14 boards, had a block. KCP, we just talked about him, 9 points. I would venture to guess that all 9 of those were in the first half. I don't remember KCP scoring in the second half. Maybe he did. Maybe he had another. I think he had another bank shot in the second half. So maybe he had 7 in the first half. Regardless, very quiet in the second half. Anthony Black, we talked about him earlier. Not a single shot attempt in 16 minutes. That sucks. And honestly, just a low box score overall. Only 1 rebound, only 1 assist. That's pretty wild for him. Gary Harris had back-to-back threes there in second or third quarter. I can't remember. Third quarter, I think it was. So kudos to him. 2 of 4 from the field. All 4 were three-point attempts in 14 minutes. Cole Anthony, we talked about him already, but he was best player on the floor for the Magic tonight by far. 26 points for him, as well as 5 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, only 2 turnovers in 28 minutes on 11 of 21. Shooting from the field, 3 of 9 from 3. Without Cole Anthony, this is another blowout. Wendell, 6 points, 9 boards, 7 assists for Wendell. Okay, Wendell. Jonathan Isaac, weird night for him. Only plays 10 minutes. 1 of 7 from the field, 2 points, 6 boards, 4 of them offensive. But in, I think it was the second quarter, had that really weird collision that maybe should have been a foul call. Nothing's called. Goes straight to the bench. Was clearly, I don't want to say dazed, but like it definitely had an impact on him. Was able to come back in the second half, but not able to do a whole lot. Tristan da Silva only plays 10 minutes tonight. 1 of 2 from the field. And then Jet Howard plays just really quick spot minutes, less than 5 minutes, has 3 points, a knockdown on his only 3-point attempt tonight. Magic shoot 43.4% from the field and 25% from 3. And 50% from the free throw line, by the way. Let's not forget, Magic lost by 5, and they left 5 points at the free throw line. Never good. Never good. Again, Magic held Steph Curry in check most of the night. 2 of 12 from 3. Did he have a couple, were some of those misses really good looks he just missed? Yeah. But by and large, I thought they did a very good job of containing him. Andrew Wiggins, just 8 at the free throw line. lot of soft calls went his way tonight. The Warriors did not put on a good offensive display, which they're not a great offensive team this season, but 30.8% from three. So it's not like the Warriors just got hot and eked one out. No. Wasn't great for either team. Not a good offensive performance. Let's look at some of these team stats. Again, the Magic won the first quarter and the fourth quarter, but it was that third quarter. Well, the second quarter got the Warriors back in it to tie it up, but that third quarter is where you lost the game. Warriors dropped 39 points in that third quarter compared to the Magic's 24. Rough. Really bad. Magic do get 52 points in the paint, so you give them credit there. 45 bench points led by Cole Anthony, obviously. Only 11 turnovers. Man, a lot of this section of stats looks really good. Again, 52 points in the paint, 45 bench points, 11 turnovers. Most teams, maybe 29 teams in the NBA, are winning a game with those kind of numbers. But leave it to the Magic to offensively be, impossible. Scores around the league mentioned earlier, the Warriors. Well, yeah, the Warriors did win. I was going to say the Wizards win tonight. Back-to-back wins for them. They beat the Hornets. Hawks beat the Pistons on a Trae Young game winner with like a second left or something like that. It was a nasty shot. So the Pistons lose, which is great for the Magic. But the Hawks win, which is not great for the Magic. Well, you'll see why in just a second. Knicks beat the Rockets, an impressive win against the Rockets team that is very impressive this season. Kings beat the Timberwolves. Interesting in that one. Zach LaVine obviously did not play. That trade was just yesterday, but Magic play in Sacramento on Wednesday. I think there's a very good chance that Zach LaVine will make his Kings debut in that game. Thunder absolutely smacked the Milwaukee Bucks tonight by 30. Okay. I was looking at the wrong numbers. They basically 30 points. Grizzlies beat the Spurs. Nuggets beat the Pelicans. This game right here, Pacers, Jazz. The Jazz absolutely handed this game to the Pacers. Jazz led for almost the entire game and in real, what felt like tanking fashion, just gifted this game to the Pacers. Because I was going to get on here and say, hey, look, someone else lost to the Jazz. Nope. But what team is beating everybody right now is the Portland Trail Blazers. They beat the Phoenix Suns in overtime. I think the Blazers have won 8 of 9 right now. Or 9 of 10 or something crazy like that. They are on fire. So I feel a little better about losing to the Blazers twice in the last 2 weeks, but still, don't feel good about getting blown out. What does all this mean for the standings? Well, it's not good, folks. I'll refresh this, make sure this is up to date. Thank goodness the Pistons lost because now the Magic still trail them by a game and a half. But now they are only a half game up on the Atlanta Hawks and the 9 seed. A half game up on the 9 seed in the Eastern Conference. Yikes. The silver lining is you are still just 2 games back of the 6 seed. That's the good news. Another bit of bad news, the home court advantage dream, if you ask me, it officially died today. Because you are now 5.5 games back of the 4 seed Pacers, and you have 5 teams you have to pass to get to the 4 seed. It is not happening. And that is a hard reality to face, at least for me, because that was the goal coming into the season. If you think back to preseason, I didn't predict that. I did not. I think I picked the Magic to be 6th, maybe 5th in the East. I don't remember. But I did not expect the Magic to get there. But I know that was the goal for many. And I know that was a goal for this team, right? For the players. And I definitely thought it was an achievable goal. I just wasn't comfortable picking that. But to me, if you ask me, that is officially dead as of today. Like, it would take a miracle to gain 5.5 games over the last, what is this? This is game number 51. Yeah, 51. 5.5 games over the last 31 games of the season. It's just not going to happen. Nope. But the 6th seed is absolutely within striking distance, if you ask me. You're 2 games back of the Heat. That should be the goal for the Magic at this point. Avoid the play-in, make the playoffs, get the 6th seed, and see what can happen after that. And even the 5 seed is within reaching distance, but we'll start with the 6th seed. Oh, man. A bummer. Hard to believe. We did get another super chat during that. It's from Matthew Thomas. It says, bring Vooch home with Kobe White, obviously. Man, Kobe White. Oh, that would be amazing. That I feel like that would solve a lot of problems, but maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. That's rough. Looking at the standings just defeats me every single night at this point. It's hard to believe. I want to look at Miami's schedule here. When do they play next? I'm assuming they play I was going to say tomorrow, but it's actually today. Yes, they play in Chicago. Great. Yeah, Chicago, who just made that trade. So, yeah. They might make another trade today. Who knows? We'll see. I'm not holding my breath on that one. I think Miami's going to gain another half game on the Magic today. We'll see. All right, let's hit a couple more of these this stuff from the chat, and we're going to call it a night as it is 1:10 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what else we got here. SCZ says Gary Harris hit some shots, to be fair. Yeah, back-to-back threes from Gary in that quick stretch. Love to see that. Majestic B says we win this game double digits with Suggs. It feels that way. I mean, I don't know about double digits, but I think we do win the game. Cody Hoskins says Suggs is the most important player on this team. Not best, but most important. It's hard to argue that right now because this team looks lost without him. Looks lost. Let's see. Janine says Jalen combined with the extra light we saw in our guys tonight would have made a huge difference. Yep. Absolutely. Joe says, are we jumping back on the bandwagon if they go on a winning streak? Well, that's kind of how bandwagons work, unfortunately. Oh, man. There were a lot of Magic fans earlier this year, weren't there? I'm just kidding. For those of you that are here, you guys are the real Magic fans. Christine says, I am now at the acceptance stage of grief. Yeah. I think you and me both. You and me both. Daniel Cap says, pray Orlando doesn't waste Banchero's time here. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair thought. It feels a little early to be totally panicking about that, but time flies, okay? Time flies. Things can happen really fast, and one season turns into 2, turns into 5, and the next thing you know, he could be out the door. I don't know. I hope not. I pray not. And I don't think we're there. But we got to get better. And I include Powell in that. Powell's got to play better. But again, I don't think he can't be 100%. Like, look at him. Look at him. Majestic B says, Cole can't defend and has too many mental lapses. Yeah, he is notorious for fouling late in the shot clock and ones, that kind of stuff. That is the duality of Cole Anthony. Also, Cody says Cole is a great scorer, but he's also toxic as a playmaker in large amounts. He does have some pretty bad turnovers from time to time. But again, tonight, I can't really complain. Again, defensively, yes, he had some rough plays tonight. But offensively, on a team that's dying for offense, yeah, can't complain. D. Randall says, I don't know how you do it, Kev. I don't either. No, just kidding. I do it because I love this team and I love this fan base. And I am still of like the twisted belief. I know this is twisted. I'm still of the twisted belief that enduring nights like this, enduring stretches like this, losing 9 out of 10, will make lifting the Larry O'Brien trophy that much more worth it. I really believe that. And some people think that's stupid, and that's fine, whatever. I think those of us that stuck with this through thick and thin, through the good times and the bad, the people that like literally did not waver, in our undying commitment and devotion and loyalty and passion to this team, I think those of us that do that will be that much more rewarded when that day comes, which I still believe is going to come. Still believe. And I think it's going to be that much more special to those of us who've been here. Because I'm not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. All right, last couple thoughts here from the chat before we say farewell for the night. Yeah, I see. Barrett says, and Kevin's gone to Lulu. Yep, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I know it's crazy. Carlos says, hit that like, everyone. Yeah, if you're hanging out with us tonight live or you're watching this later, please hit that like button. It always helps other Magic fans find this amazing community of Magic maniacs. Yeah. Anyway, let's just call it there. Let's just call it there. A lot of you guys in the chat saying, yes, you're diehards. And look, if you're a diehard, you're still, wow, we've been going 43 minutes. That's way too long. Just rambling at this point because I'm just at a loss. I'm at a loss for this team, for this stretch. But hey, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Again, another therapy session for us Magic Maniacs. Ends in a loss. Rough. Okay, Magic back in action Wednesday in Sacramento against the Kings. Another late night tip, 10 p.m. tip. Against the Kings. And it's a back-to-back too, so we'll be back in action Thursday. Trade deadline soon. Are we going to make moves? I don't know. Have a great Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll see you Wednesday night, everyone. And until then, let's go Magic.